Have you ever pondered why some people choose to give more than others? It's a question that tickles the mind, doesn't it? Generosity, a concept as old as time itself, yet remains an enigma for many. From the schoolyard to the boardroom, we see it every day, yet its mysteries elude us. Generosity is like a river, flowing freely from one person to another. Some rivers are vast and wide, overflowing with kindness and compassion. These are the people who would give you their last piece of bread without a second thought. Yet there are others whose rivers are but a trickle, cautious and reserved, yet still present. Think about it. Have you ever met someone so generous, so willing to share, that you can't help but feel a warm glow in their presence? It's like they've tapped into some secret well of happiness, and their generosity is the bucket they use to draw from it. Now, on the other side of the coin, we've all met folks whose generosity seems to be more of a slow drip than a gushing waterfall. They're not bad people, far from it. But their generosity is measured, careful, like a gardener tending to a precious plant. They give, but they do so strategically, with thought and consideration. What makes these two types of people so different? Is it their upbringing, their circumstances, or perhaps something deeper, something ingrained in their very soul? The answer, my friends, is as complex as the question itself. Generosity is not just about giving, it's about understanding, empathy, and love. It's about seeing the needs of others and stepping forward to meet them. It's about reaching out your hand, not because you have to, but because you want to. It's about sharing not just your wealth, but your time, your energy, your compassion. Understanding generosity brings us to the question, what does the Bible say about it? The Bible, a source of wisdom for many, has some profound teachings on generosity. One such teaching can be found in the book of Mark, chapter 12, verses 41 through 44. Here, we encounter the story of the widow's offering. This humble woman, despite her own need, gives all she has to the temple treasury, demonstrating an act of unparalleled generosity. In the eyes of Jesus, her modest contribution outweighed the larger donations of the wealthy, for she gave out of her poverty, not out of abundance. This story teaches us that the true measure of generosity isn't about the size of the gift, but the heart behind the giving. Another remarkable illustration of generosity is the parable of the Good Samaritan, found in the book of Luke, chapter 10, verses 25 through 37. Here, a man is robbed, beaten, and left for dead on the side of the road. Several pass by without offering help until a Samaritan, a stranger and outsider, comes along. Despite the cultural and racial barriers, this Samaritan shows compassion and kindness, not only tending to the man's wounds, but also providing for his care and recovery. This parable shows us that generosity extends beyond monetary gifts, encompassing our time, resources, and most importantly, our love for one another. These stories and many others throughout the Bible emphasize the importance of selflessness in giving. They challenge us to look beyond our own needs and wants, to extend a helping hand, and to show love and kindness to those around us. They remind us that generosity isn't just about giving away what we have in excess, but about sacrificial giving, about putting others' needs before our own. And so, as we delve deeper into these biblical narratives, we come to realize that generosity isn't merely an act, but a way of life, a mindset that shapes our interactions and relationships. These stories, among others, lay the foundation of the biblical understanding of generosity. Generosity, as per the Bible, is not just about giving, but it also brings blessings. This profound truth is deeply woven into the fabric of biblical teachings. Let's delve into the heart of this wisdom through the exploration of a couple of key scriptures. Firstly, we turn to the book of Proverbs. In chapter 11, verses 24 and 25, the Bible states, "One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." Here, the scripture beautifully illustrates the paradox of generosity. It suggests that when we give freely, we gain more. It's an uplifting message that highlights the abundant rewards of generosity. Next, we move on to the Gospel of Luke. In chapter 6, verse 38, we find another powerful testament to the blessings of generosity. The verse reads, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." This verse, filled with vivid imagery, underscores the reciprocal nature of generosity. It emphasizes that the act of giving sets into motion a cycle of blessings that returns to us, often in overwhelming abundance. These verses, among many others, signify that blessings follow those who are generous. They teach us that generosity is not a one-way street, but a circular flow of giving and receiving. They remind us that when we open our hearts and our hands to others, we are not depleting our resources, but rather, we are setting the stage for blessings to multiply in our lives. So, as we navigate through life, let's remember these divine insights. Let's strive to be generous, not out of obligation, but out of the understanding that generosity is an investment that yields rich dividends. In essence, the Bible teaches us that generosity is a cycle of giving and receiving blessings. Now, how does this ancient wisdom of generosity apply to our modern lives? Well, let's dive right into it. You see, in our fast-paced world where technology reigns and life seems to move at the speed of light, it can be easy to forget about the importance of generosity. But the truth is, the concept of generosity is as relevant today as it was in biblical times. Let's think about it. How many times a day do you have the opportunity to be generous? Maybe it's helping a neighbor carry groceries or volunteering at a local food bank. Maybe it's donating to a charity that supports a cause you believe in. Or even, it could be as simple as offering a kind word or a smile to a stranger who looks like they could use it. Generosity in today's world isn't just about giving money or material things. It's about giving of ourselves. Giving our time, our energy, our kindness. It's about making a conscious effort to put others before ourselves, to think about the needs and feelings of those around us. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in our own needs and wants. But when we take a moment to step outside of ourselves, to lend a hand or a listening ear, we are practicing generosity. And the beautiful thing about generosity is that it's contagious. One act of kindness can inspire another, creating a ripple effect that can touch countless lives. In a world that can seem increasingly self-centered and disconnected, practicing generosity can foster a sense of community and connection. It reminds us of our common humanity, of the fact that we are all in this together. So how can we make generosity a part of our everyday lives? It starts with a choice to be mindful of the opportunities we have each day to give, to help, to lift others up. Generosity then becomes not just an act, but a way of life. Generosity, as they say, has the power to change lives. Imagine a world where every person, regardless of their circumstances, shares what they have with those around them. A world where we all understand that a small act of generosity can ripple outwards, creating a wave of positive change that touches lives far beyond our immediate reach. Take, for instance, the story of a man who, despite his own financial struggles, decided to share his last loaf of bread with a hungry stranger. This small act of kindness sparked a chain of events that led to the stranger finding employment, getting back on his feet, and in turn, helping others in need. Now let's flip the coin and consider the effects of generosity on the giver. You see, when we give, we're not just helping others, we're also helping ourselves. Studies have shown that acts of generosity can boost our own mental and emotional well-being. When we give, we feel happier, more fulfilled, and we're reminded of our own blessings. Think about the story of a wealthy businesswoman who, in the midst of her success, felt a void within her. She decided to start a charity, donating a portion of her profits to help underprivileged children get an education. Not only did her generosity change the lives of countless children, but it also filled her own life with purpose and joy. Generosity, you see, is a powerful tool. It's like a stone thrown into a pond, creating ripples that extend far beyond the initial splash. It's about giving, yes, but it's also about creating positive change, both in our own lives and in the world around us. In the end, the power of generosity lies not in the size of the gift, but in the heart of the giver. It's about understanding that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact on someone else's life. Generosity, thus, is not just about giving, but also about creating a positive change in the world around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploring the joy of giving, unpacking the importance of generosity. We've seen how generosity can create ripples of positive change, not just in the lives of those we give to, but also within our own hearts. Now it's your turn to reflect on the role generosity plays in your life. Can you remember a time when you were on the receiving end of someone's generosity? Or perhaps a time when you were the one giving? How did those experiences make you feel? As we wrap up this video, we encourage you to carry the spirit of generosity with you. Share what you have, not because you have a lot, but because you know how it feels to have nothing. And remember, every act of generosity, no matter how small, can make a big difference. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos where we'll delve deeper into the themes of kindness, compassion, and the power of positive change. Until then, keep the ripple of generosity flowing. Remember, generosity isn't just about giving. It's about creating a positive change in the world around us.